Forever chemicals in our drinking water. It's an investigation we first brought you last month on News 3. These chemicals are chemicals that, when exposed, they could possibly impact your health.
And so tonight we are looking into reports of where they've been found at local military bases. News 3 investigator Zach Dahlheimer reveals what's in these reports and how federal officials are responding.
If people are being exposed to that, they should know.
We're talking PFAS chemicals, man-made industrially produced compounds, also known as forever chemicals. Last month, we looked into PFAS presence in drinking water around Hampton Roads.
What do you know about PFAS chemicals?
Not that much.
It's the first time I'm hearing about it.
It's just one of those little things that is everywhere and no one seems to know about it.
Jared Hayes and Scott Faber are with the Environmental Working Group, a national environmental health group that's been keeping tabs on PFAS chemicals for more than 20 years.
And they've been really strongly linked to cancer, especially testicular and kidney cancer, to harm to the reproductive system and harm to the immune system.
Last August, the group put out a report referencing DoD records they obtained, stating high levels of PFAS chemicals were found in groundwater of at least 9 military installations, including 3 in Hampton Roads, Fort Eustis, Langley Air Force Base, and Naval Weapons Station Yorktown. Hayes says the largest source of PFAS chemicals at bases is firefighting foam.
We use firefighting foam made with PFAS to put out jet fuel fires.
It was used in training exercises widely.
But most of the PFAS that's been discharged on the ground at military bases and then worked its way into the groundwater at those bases.
Now, of the 9 military bases referenced in the group's report, the highest detection of PFAS chemicals were found here at Langley. But why Langley?
Air bases are obviously places where there are a lot of airplanes, helicopters, jet planes, etc. And those are the places where more training would have been naturally undertaken with these firefighting foams made with PFAS.
EPA has a lifetime health advisory, and that's the safe amount that a human can consume. That's at 70 parts per trillion. And so the amount found at Langley, 2.2 million parts per trillion, is orders of magnitude larger than that.
We took the EWG's report to the Department of Defense. They wouldn't give us an interview, but instead referred us to online resources from the department. That says DoD officials have already invested more than $1.5 billion in PFAS-related research and cleanup. We asked EWG their take on this investment.
The 1 point some odd billion that they've invested so far, just a drop in the bucket.
The online resources given to us say the DoD also has a research and development effort in place to help speed up cleanup and find substitutes for firefighting foam.
They're definitely getting the message. They're beginning to take some action. The real test of whether or not DoD is taking this contamination crisis seriously or not is how quickly they're cleaning up these bases.
We also asked Congresswoman Elaine Luria what she's doing to help. Luria says she helped pass the PFAS Action Act of 2021 in the House, which would set limits on these chemicals in drinking water and direct federal money to clean up contaminated sites. But the bill hasn't passed the Senate. It's been sitting in committee since July of last year.
It's really important that Congress and the DoD hold DoD accountable, make sure they clean up this mess. But more importantly, that they let service members know that they may have really high levels of PFAS in their blood so they can have a conversation with their doctor.
So if you have served on or lived near one of the bases, especially more than 10 years ago, the EWG recommends you talk to your doctor and get a blood test, look at PFAS levels, and help reduce ongoing exposures. Now, when it comes to drinking water at these bases, Faber says you're not drinking as much PFAS chemicals as you were 10 years ago. And if you're living on a base today, he added the water meets the EPA standard for the safe amount of PFAS that a human can consume. Zach Dahlheimer, News 3.
We asked the Hampton VA if they were looking into these particular chemicals and if there were any outreach efforts to servicemen and women and if they had been treated any veterans and families for related issues. They referred us back to the Defense Department and said, quote, our engineering department could not provide any information. You will find more of our in-depth coverage in a News 3 Investigates tab on WTKR.com.